big story breaking right now. Congress President Sonia Gandhi in the dock in the National Herald case. A Delhi court has summoned her after it found prima facie evidence against her. She's been asked to appear on the 7th of August along with Motilal Vora, Oscar Fernandez, Rahul Gandhi and Sam Pitroda. The Congress says it will approach the High Court against the summons. This case pertains to the acquisition of National Herald by a company held by Sonia and Rahul Gandhi. Subramaniam Swamy of the BJP, who is a petitioner in this case, alleges that the Congress gave an unsecured loan to Sonia-owned Young Indian Limited to acquire National Herald's holding company, Associated Journals. Subramaniam Swamy has alleged misappropriation of assets worth 2,000 crores of the National Herald newspaper. Here is what the judge has said in her order today. From the complaint and evidence led so far, it appears that Young Indian was in fact created as a sham or a cloak to convert public money to personal use or as a special purpose vehicle for acquiring control over 2,000 crore rupees worth of assets.
Sir, who all has been summoned in this? 6 people have been summoned as accused. Not just summoned, but removed as accused. They'll have to take bail.
Right, sir.
Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Motilal Vora, Oscar Fernandez, Sam Pitroda, Suman Dubey.
And what are the charges against them? So what was your
The charge against them is they have committed criminal breach of trust, fraud, cheating, and they have appropriated property which belongs to the people of India. Namely the national head property, and has converted to their own use.
So what happened when they converted this company into Young Indians?
They rented it out. They have got multi-storied building in Bombay. They got a mall in Bhopal. I mean, they are living like capitalists.
So how much do you think is the amount of this total scam?
2,000 crores at least. Probably a proper valuation would put it at 5,000 crores.
Shubhajit Singh Gupta joining us live from Patiala House Court in Delhi. Arunima is with us from Vijay Chowk. Shubhajit, to you first, take us through what happened in court. The court found prima facie evidence against the Gandhis in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. They found prima facie evidence and they have been summoned on 7th. And all 6 of them have been summoned. They have been charged prima facie with charges of misappropriation of property, breach of contract, as well as cheating, read with criminal conspiracy. Now, what is this case about? This is Associated Journal Limited, according to the order of this was a publisher of National Herald, the newspaper which was first formed under Jawaharlal Nehru. Now, in 2008, it had incurred a debt of over 90 crores. At that point of time, a new company, Young Indian company, was formed, and it was paid, it was incorporated into AGL for just 5 lakh rupees. And after that, according to the accusations which have been made by Subramaniam Swamy, the entire outstanding debt was cleared by Congress Party's fund. And once that fund was put in 2010, they passed another order, another resolution in the board which said that Young Indian has taken over this AGL, and which basically meant that the entire company was now owned by Young Indians. After that, it was also said that AGL does not have the power to liquidate. It said that its assets discharge the debt and resolve without reference to or approval of the shareholder. And finally, as per the accusations of Subramaniam Swamy, it means that for an amount of just 50 lakhs, Young Indians have acquired the entire of this AGL, and it has properties worth over 2,000 crore rupees in various places. It has Zafar Shah Marg, it has proper real estates in Lucknow, Bhopal, Indore, Mumbai, Panchkula, Patna. And according to a conservative estimate of the petitioner, it amounts to roughly around 2,000 to 5,000 crore. And since Young Indian have stopped publishing all kinds of newspapers from it, National Herald is no longer published. That's why they allege that all 6 individuals who own this company are actually taking private benefit out of it.
Right, Arunima, after the crushing defeat at the national general election, now this court case, how much trouble are the Gandhis in legally? You've been covering legal affairs for quite some time. Subramaniam Swamy saying the guilty could face up to 7 years in jail, but realistically speaking, how much trouble are they in?
Well, this is the first step really. To be summoned as an accused is just the first step for the legal proceedings to begin. And Congress party sources are already saying that they are going to explore the option of going in appeal to the High Court against this order from the Patiala House Court. So they have the option of going in appeal to High Court, then to Supreme Court, challenging these summons. But if even if these summons are maintained by the appellate courts also, even then it is a long process of the trial, going through evidence from both sides getting examined before we even reach the stage where a final verdict is expected from the trial court. But nevertheless, it is at least a thing to worry about for the Congress party. Just in the first week of June, Sonia Gandhi got relief from the United States court, where there was another case against her in relation to the 1984 riots, and when that case was quashed, Congress party was in some kind of a positive mood. But with this summon, definitely the holiday that Congress president was hoping to continue with in Uttarakhand, that might come to an end very, very shortly.
Right, and what kind of political reactions can we expect? Arunima, Motilal Vora has refused to comment, saying it's a matter that is in the court right now. The Congress party, on the other hand, as you pointed out, is going to move a higher court, the Delhi High Court, I understand, against the summons.
Well, that's right. Motilal Vora is also one of the accused who have been summoned in this particular case, so it's obvious that he does not want to say anything at this point on the grounds that the matter is sub judice. Anything that he says could be used by petitioner Subramaniam Swamy to go against him. But we hear that Abhishek Manu Singhvi has been authorized by the Congress party to give a reaction to the press on behalf of the Congress party as well as the Congress president. We'll have to see what other information Congress party can share, because they've already indicated that they are going to High Court challenging this order. Also, they have time till August, so more than a month's time is available to the legal luminaries in Congress party to figure out what is the best way possible to wriggle out of the situation created by Subramaniam Swamy's petition.
Let's get a better sense of what the Congress is thinking at this point. Parikshit Luthra joining us from the Congress office. Parikshit, the first reactions that you're getting from there.
Well, the Congress is not reacting to this right now. We're expecting a formal statement from the politicians and leaders who handle legal issues for the Congress party, but we can expect a very brief response on this. The party would not like to come out with any strong opinion. We heard from Mr. Motilal Vora very briefly. We were speaking to him in his room. He only said the matter is in court, and there are a number of cases like these, and the party will deal with it legally. So of course their legal team will be coming up with an opinion, but the party is not expected to make a very big opinion out of this. They're going to keep it very brief and say they are going to fight this case legally and challenge it in a higher court. So far, we've been told by the legal head of the Congress party that they have not really had a lawyer in this case in the Patiala House Court, but now on the 7th of August there will of course be somebody from the Congress party who will be representing them in the Patiala House Court.
Right, Shubhrit, you are at the court. I understand you've been speaking to legal experts. The judge in her order has said that from the complaint and the evidence so far, one is led to believe that Young Indian was in fact created as a sham or a cloak to convert public money for personal use. Quite some heavy words there. So the odds against the accused in this case?
See, what has happened so far in this case is that this was a private complaint which was submitted by Subramaniam Swamy. Once this complaint was filed in, there was entire detailed process wherein he had to first submit himself. There was pre-summoning of evidence which generally takes place, in which he himself stated out the facts and he submitted certain documents which were pertaining to the National Herald as well as Young Indians. After registrar of companies were asked to verify the papers, and on the basis of that, finally they have come to the conclusion that prima facie it appears that Sonia Gandhi, Motilal Vora, Rahul Gandhi, Oscar Fernandez, Suman Dubey and Sam Petroda needs to be summoned as an accused in this case on charges of misappropriation of fund, for misappropriation of properties, criminal conspiracy along with cheating. Now in this, so far the Congress side of the story has not come out. The National Herald has not been represented. It will only be done 7th August onwards if the High Court doesn't stay the process already. So far it has only been the one side of the story, because Subramaniam Swamy is a private complaint and he is the only one who's been disposing so far. This is for the first time that National Herald has been made a party in this, has been asked to represent, and all 6 of them have been summoned in this case. Now we will have to wait and watch what happens now, whether they go to the High Court, whether they get a relief from the High Court or not. We can easily understand that if they don't get a relief from High Court, Congress will then move to Supreme Court, and if that doesn't happen, at that point of time they will finally be they'll have to appear here in front of the Gomti Manocha's court, all 6 of them, and then their side of the story will begin. So far it's a long way from actually a conviction in this case or any kind of serious damnation, but yes, so far prima facie, on the basis of the evidence that has been submitted by Subramaniam Swamy, the judge seems to be fairly convinced that this company was a sham which was created to misappropriate funds.
Right, but we do remember that these are politicians, and conviction may be far away, but perception is something that is very, very important in the political game. Arunima, what are the specific charges against the Gandhis and the other accused, and how serious are they?
Well, what Subramaniam Swamy has alleged is that there was misappropriation of funds, there was criminal breach of trust, and there was a criminal conspiracy. What it essentially means is that Swamy is alleging that misappropriation of the National Herald property was being done as part of a criminal conspiracy between all the accused, and they were doing it knowingly. And it looks like that the judge has prima facie found that these allegations made by Subramaniam Swamy merits a trial, and that's why summons have been issued to all concerned, including the Congress President and Vice President. Like Shubhajit has been telling us so far, the legal process from here on will be for the Congress party to either seek a stay on the summoning order, an interim stay till the summons order can be either dismissed by the High Court or accepted. We'll have to see if they manage to get a stay first thing, or does the High Court say that, you know, the trial court can continue hearing this matter. Sonia Gandhi and others will have to appear before the court in August while the High Court is hearing the challenge to the summons issued by the trial court. So first thing we'll have to see is whether the stay order is managed by the Congress party or not. Second, we'll have to see if they manage to get a vacation on this order of summoning from the High Court. If that is done, Congress party's woes are over. If not, then Subramaniam Swamy will want to get more evidence to ensure that his case reaches the stage where the judge finds that there is not just enough evidence to summon Sonia Gandhi and others, but also convict them. But that is a far way off. First and foremost, Congress party will hope that they manage to stall the immediate danger of Sonia Gandhi being made to come to Patiala House Court as an accused, because if that happens, the judge is well within his or her rights to issue warrants against the accused.
Right, Parikshit Luthra, for a party that has suffered its worst ever defeat, for a party that is battling the perception of its leaders being involved in multi-crore scams, now its party chief being made an accused in a case like this and being summoned by a court, how damaging could this be politically for the Congress party and for the Gandhis in particular?
Well, it will really open them to attacks from the opposition and all other political parties in the country. But the Congress, of course, has been facing allegations in this case for a very long time, Palki. In fact, I'd like to read a press release that goes back to November 2013. Janardhan Dwivedi had said that the Congress had done its duty in supporting associate journals to help initiate a process to bring the National Herald newspaper back to health in compliance with the law of the land. This support, the release said, was extended by the Indian National Congress in the form of interest-free loans from which no commercial profit has accrued to the Congress. So now when the Congress replies to this latest order, it will be very carefully worded, because this is a serious order, and there are 7 people from the Congress who have been summoned in this case. They will follow the same line that they have followed over the years, that they had done this to revive an ailing newspaper. There was no profit that accrued to anyone in this case. So they're going to stick with this line. But yes, as you're saying, this will open up further attacks. But the Congress will maintain that it has done nothing wrong and it only tried to help an ailing organization.